phaco-refractive decoded conference. Though we had eminent national faculty, excellent surgeons visiting us, all the 15 or 16 surgeries were performed by our senior mid-level consultants, and essentially the visiting faculty acted as efficient mentors. So recognizing the skill sets of our own staff, giving them an opportunity to showcase them allows not only skill development but also recognition for the same, which is extremely important. It's not all work and play, and I often consider that whenever you can get together to have a game to play, you will also work harder. This is one of our last year's annual consultants get together. A section of them are seen in these pictures. And it's not just the consultants who matter. These are the lower level employees, the receptionists, the sisters, etc., who went out on a holiday. All of them are given time off to do that. And it's not just individual centers which go out, but even across centers, they are allowed to interact with each other. Emphasizing a work-life balance, and it's extremely important to make these youngsters feel that not only working in the best place possible, but it allows them to express themselves, and safety is paramount for all of them, and nothing which is compromised on that is tolerated in any way. So just like the organization wants to progress, they have goals. Each and every individual, whether it's a driver or a ward boy, looks forward to growth in his professional lifetime, in his while he's there with you. And unless he or she sees a growth pattern, they are not going to they are not likely to last with you. Basically, each of them is given a clear career progression paths depending upon the capabilities. Internal promotions is what is constantly encouraged. Somebody who joins about 15 years back as my EDP coordinator at a 4,500 rupees salary is my general manager across centers now. And they are mentored, handheld leadership roles are offered to them. And we minimize to the extent possible lateral entry. Though if the position demands it, we do go ahead and do that. Make the organization entirely acknowledge the fact that this person is going to add value to it. And whenever somebody, whether it's improving the English language skills or computer skills or just communication skills, we assist them to go ahead and do that. And it doesn't come without any assessment. Obviously, there are all kinds of people in your organization. And then evaluating them periodically, whatever in a large organization, a structured evaluation like what we follow on a 6-monthly basis is there. And it's not that every raise is automatic, but we evaluate them depending upon the feedback given by the center head, the people whom they are directly reporting to, and subsequently decide whether they get a 20%, 10% or a 5% hike, or even whether they are retained in the organization. We got a importance of social media, which just covered so nicely. We got a Google review of more than 10,000 for our principal hospital at the Google score of 4.9. And this was a moment to celebrate. And we just got together a small get together. And this, our patient care coordinators were encouraged to cut a cake and celebrate in front of the entire hospital. And obviously, this was a motivation. There was some monetary incentive, but recognizing what they did is also extremely important at each and every level. I am sure all the organizations in their place have certain events which promotes congeniality. The families are also brought together. These are team building and social activities. Obviously, once they connect with each other, they also tend to perform much better. As I said earlier, these are my two principal doctors, Dr. Ravi and Dr. Shrish, right in front, who have been with me for more than 20 years. And Rajiv Nair, whom you see in the third photograph, is from Calicut. He has been with me for more than 30 years. And he came from Shankar Netrale after his BSc optometry. And what you see over here, unfortunately, the cursor is not working, is my driver who's there for 30 years. He manages a fleet of cars now. Obviously, he is more like a manager now, and his position in the organization is also being recognized. Once they have spent a significant amount of time, all the retirement benefits, long-term bonus, etc., is also taken care of. This is not only done to make them feel happy, but also make the employees who are remaining with you feel secure and feel that this is a good organization to work with, who are going to be taking care of you in the long run too. And finally, we lay a lot of stress on keeping yourself fit. And there is a Coimbatore Marathon that's held every year. This year it's on December 18th. We sponsor whoever is willing to, whether it's 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or 20 kilometers, they're gone ahead, they're sponsored for the marathon events. We also have places to work out. And obviously, fit mind needs a fit body, and that's something that we encourage. And these are also great ways to network and promote the organization as a whole. These are some tips that I have shared, we do in our particular center. Obviously, there are various other ways of doing it, and we have evolved these things over a period of time. I hope this did resonate with what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramamurthy. Lights on, please. It was a wonderful talk because it is not just a theory, because of your extensive experience. Actually, most of us need to learn from you, and very, very happy to have you here. So please accept a memento from KSOS side from Dr. Sachikummar. And actually, the next talk is by Dr. Basin. He is the, thank you, organizing secretary. He is trapped there, so we cannot reach here. So even our time is up. Any questions to Dr. Ramamurthy or any other person? I think
Dr. Shrikant was talking about that negative feedback and all, you have to do it. So suppose such a negative feedback just comes in, sir, what would you do? ASAP.
lights in the switch area.
More than the positive feedback, you don't have time to respond. You have to act immediately. If it happens in the premises, when the consultation is going before the patient leave, you have to make arrangement. You should have the supporting system where they can talk to the patient, understand their problem, and give them the assurance what their experience, bad experience, so-called bad experience, will be taken care and rectified measures will be done. And after you do it, it is important you have to inform them. Any feedback, you can just tell that it has helped. Anything, you have to inform them this has been rectified. So you may be able to retain that patient back. It's more important, more than the positive feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inform them. Yes, correct. They can be deleted. That's what I was asking. Like, so you can actually ask them to delete it once that has been rectified.
But then many times it is anonymous. They won't be very difficult to trace them. Then you can't do much because it will remain there.
Yeah.
Even if you have 500 good reviews, one negative, it will remain there for a long time.
And most of the problem is you don't respond it immediately. There is no backup team to respond immediately. Any review, positive or negative, that's what, if you are going online, you have to respond. 24/7, you have to be there.
So this is a problem. Some of the creator reviews also will be coming. So that happens from both sides, from some other people and also from this some particular persons and the hospital. So it is very, very important to have a good contact with these people. And you can also have actually it's not that wrong to have a good reviews, and you should learn how and which reviews remains on the top. It depends on the keywords and other things. Just write something, it won't go. So there are so many keywords you have to learn, and you put a better reviews that will come in the other. That is another method you can do it. Yes.
If there is a minute, there are many senior doctors here with having many centers and big centers working in big cities. So, sir rightly told about taking care of the staff. That was a very, very well highlighted point because we always think of patients, social media. So, the few problems we face, I just want to know in a gist, how do you handle them? One is, sir told he takes them for picnics. I have seen Dr. Shrikant Karat routinely arranging, and I have seen Madam arranging games for them. So, is it all this or financial? Like financial, how frequently we should give a hike, and what is the grade of hike based on city